feel like y'all trying to set me up. I had my hand injury. Don't judge me. 33.
It was extremely low. Like I can do that. I don't know with my dick. I don't know. It was extremely low. It was ridiculous. Like it don't even make sense how it was that low. Back with another episode. We're Chin Checkers. We're the people who put out videos whenever we feel like it. Apparently, that's how we do it. You know.
I was gonna say that was a mad rusty intro. Bro.
That was rusty.
You need to stretch before we start.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was supposed to be promoted as like the fight card of the century. Now, I don't know what you thought about it. I think originally it was a really good fight card. We had a couple of fighters pull out. But before we get to that, I'm going to talk about the first fight to me that stood out. And I was like Smith and Buatsi because it kind of reminded me of like Ward and Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got knocked down, but it was still, you know, that ebb and flow type of fight. And it was a really good fight, man. It was a really good fight.
Are you saying that was the best fight of the night?
I'm not going to say that.
Oh,
I'm not going to say that, but you know, it's up there. You know what I'm saying? You had Smith, who basically he had like the stronger, the harder punches, pretty good combos. But Buatsi, yo, this dude had an amazing chin. And even though he's getting cracked constantly, he kept moving forward. Like he was getting cracked. He didn't go down. I don't know how he didn't go down. To be honest, I don't know how he didn't drop. But, you know, Buatsi is good. He has a good chin. Constant pressure, but he just doesn't have enough power to make you think twice. You're still going to throw. He has power and it's respectable, but it's just not enough where it's going to deter you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, make you think twice. You know, Smith was still throwing good power shots, man.
That's kind of what makes it such an epic war, though. Like,
right. Exactly.
It's the back and forthness.
Yeah, you know, Smith, you know, even though he was out of boxing for a while, he made a nice statement with a stopping a guy. Well, didn't stop him, but beating a guy who's undefeated. And again, you know, shout out to both fighters. Might be the fight of the night. I don't know, but I'm not saying that. But y'all go watch the fight. Y'all let me know. It was a good.
Yo, that was Buddy McGirt's fighter, right?
Smith, yeah. Buddy McGirt now is training Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Buddy McGirt. We did an interview with him, and
absolutely good guy.
For me, I always think a phenomenal trainer. I remember hearing Paulie talk about him, saying that he just didn't mix with him, and that also plays a factor into it too. Certain fighters go with certain people, but in terms of that trainer specifically, I think a Hall of Fame trainer. I'm not sure if he's there yet as a trainer,
right?
But in my opinion, one of the great trainers in the sport.
Oh, absolutely, definitely a New York great, absolutely by far. You know, moving on with some of the big boys, we had your guy, which I like. He's my guy. I like him. Big Bang Zhang.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We had Big Bang Zhang, and he went in there with Cabiel. Now, even though I like Zhang, I knew he was going to lose. Like, I knew he was going to lose.
Wait, hold on. Did you know that when he dropped him?
I damn sure I did. I knew that. I knew that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You know, Cabiel, he to me is a very impressive young up-and-coming fighter. Great contender, future champion in my eyes. He's dealt with big guys before. He fought Frank Sanchez, and to me, when he beat Frank Sanchez and stopped him, that sold it to me. I was just like, this guy really is good.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And he has a great chin. He has a pretty good chin. He was constant, you know, good body work. And that was really the main thing, the body work. He consistently hit Zhang in the body.
That didn't surprise you, though, that he actually hurt Zhang to the body? To me, that freaked me out. I was like, I normally see Zhang like a tree trunk and could take what people dish out. But when I noticed that he felt uncomfortable, I went, oh, this isn't going well.
I think Zhang is a little old. Obviously, he's not a little, but I think he's a little one-dimensional.
Yeah. But that's because he is old. Yeah. You know, he has to conserve his power. I think they ranked him like one of the lowest punch outputs in heavyweight boxing. Right. And I think it's because he just doesn't have a young guy motor. I would have loved to see him in his like early 30s to see what he would have been able to bring to the table. But though I like him, though I think he has a punch, that's really all I can see from him now. He doesn't have enough of a punch output. I see him more as a one shot,
Yeah,
a one shot Dillinger type of guy. You know,
yeah,
first 4 rounds, if he don't get you out of there, you know you got him.
right. And Caballero was just too active, too much speed, consistent body work, good combination. It seemed like he exclusively, since round one, went to the body. That was his game plan. I'm gonna smother this guy's punches because I know he has a longer reach than me, and I'm gonna just get inside and just hook off on his ribs, and it worked. Like I said, Zhang is a good fighter, way past his prime, obviously, but I think him and Bacoli would be a good fight. Martin Bacoli and Big Bang Zhang, that would be a good fight. And speaking of Bacoli, he is one of the two fighters that came in on short notice, very short notice, like 2 days.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, he flew in from Ethiopia. They said as soon as he got off the flight, he just went to bed. The jet lag and everything. And obviously, he was not training. He came in at 310. He was not in any type of training camp. I don't know what he was doing out there. And 310 for a vegan is or vegetarian or whatever he is. It's wild, son. I don't know what you're eating, bro. What are you eating? It's wild. But he went in there against Parker, short notice. So you got to give him credit for that. And honestly, if somebody pays for your ticket, you're gonna get a nice payday. You were sitting on the couch. I would go too.
All right, so this is why I'm glad you brought it up, though, because I was super disappointed that he hasn't been active after the big win with
Gerard.
Yes. I thought for sure that this was not this fight, but I thought for sure that was supposed to be the coming out party. But then we didn't hear from him for forever, and obviously now we know he hasn't been training or nothing. But I'm disappointed that I'm not sure if he was avoided or if he was just celebrating the win. I don't know.
Well, the way the boxing community tells it is that after that fight, they kind of claimed him as the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. And it did seem like maybe not a lot of people wanted to risk going in there with a guy so big, strong. But, I mean, how active was he to get another fight? I don't know. I can't tell you.
So, what does this say about Joseph Parker?
I don't know what to say about Joseph Parker. His fucking super duper Mega Man eyebrows. I don't know, man. Like, this dude has came back from like out of nowhere to be like almost, I think, top 3 heavyweight now.
Yeah.
I thought AJ was having a good comeback until he got demolished.
Yes.
But Parker's comeback, it needs to be studied. I don't know. He is looking great. Like I said, right now he's looking like top 3 heavyweight.
Yeah. It's crazy because skill-wise, he's good, but it's like you can't kill him. He's been around forever, so Zhang dropped him. I thought for sure Zhang was that was it, but he got up, kept battling.
Right.
In this fight, I just felt watching the big boy not block his face. I was like, he's gonna walk into one of those shots, and then he started talking shit right before he got knocked out. I was like, this is one of your memes right here. When talking shit goes wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. But this also speaks on how even if you're a heavyweight and you could come in at whatever weight you want to come in as and it's allowed, you still need a training camp. You still need a training camp because we saw what happened. I think with a training camp, it would have been a different fight. I'm not saying Parker would have lost, but I think the conclusion of the fight would have been different. And speaking on the conclusion of the fight, was that an early stoppage?
Oh yeah, Yeah, he's hurt. He's without a doubt hurt.
Mm-hmm.
What do you always say?
Give a fighter a chance to be great. Yeah.
That shit. When he got up and went to I think he turned around and went to the corner.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he made it. He's fucked up, but he made it.
Right.
And then I was like, nah, chill. Like, you got, wait, what are you doing? Come on, man.
You know, again, like I said, Bacoli was one of the two fighters that came in on short notice. He filled in for Daniel Dubois. I think that definitely would have been a different fight had Daniel Dubois been in the ring with Parker, but he got sick, so he had to pull out. And another fighter that got sick was Floyd Schofield. And Schofield was supposed to go against Shakur.
Yes.
Now, that would have been an interesting fight for many reasons. One, it would have looked like, you know, a good gauge for Shakur fans if he could handle somebody like Tank, somebody who's young, strong, and who's going to push you and try to actively stop you. Somebody who's not scared of you, who's going to actively try to stop you. Now, Schofield and Tank have different styles, but they're both young and strong. So I think that would have helped people, I guess, Shakur fans be like, hey, he could be Tank. That didn't happen. Schofield got sick. He pulled out of the fight, and a solar panel specialist filled in for him. That is not hyperbole. That is what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah, yo, that happens with a lot of boxers, though, man.
Hey, sure, it happens. But if a guy who's not in training camp and he's on a roof putting in solar panels, and you take 9 rounds to stop him, I don't know, bro. Like, and I get it. His hands is like made of like wet cardboard. Like, I get it. You know, he had surgery. Even when they did the whole viral test the grip to every boxer, you know, Shakur's grip was like 33, 34. It was extremely low.
I feel like y'all trying to set me up. I had my hand injury. Don't judge me. 33.
Like, I can do that, I don't know, with my dick. I don't know. It was extremely low. It was ridiculous. Like, it don't even make sense how it was that low. But he came back from surgery. So, well, I get it.
Oh, man.
He's still recovering. And
just to let you know, that's pretty impressive, man.
Thank you.
I have the same feeling with Shakur. The only thing is, I have more of a problem with Tank. So I'm tired of the cream of the crop of the division not fighting each other.
Okay.
Tank's the A side. So while you could criticize Shakur he can cause a problem by not taking the fight, but I don't see him not willing to negotiate. I think Tank's people aren't sending it. Like, nah, we just gonna avoid this and kick the can down the road. That's kind of where I'm getting at.
Okay, well, again, Shakur took 9 rounds to stop this guy.
He did.
He might have hurt his hand during the fight, because it wasn't fully healed from surgery. So with all that in perspective, even though he is one of, if not, well, he is the most offensive boxer actively right now in boxing. With no power, do you still believe with all his skills and no power, he beats Tank?
I don't know, but skill-wise, it's gonna be tough to get through a fighter like him. You know, it's hard. It's not like Tank has a super high output. You know, he's more of like a sniping with a bazooka.
Right.
It is. You know, he's gonna drop bombs. Do I see him catching Shakur with one of those bombs to knock him out? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a tough fight on both sides. But Shakur is definitely gonna have to establish some respect with some power.
Oh.
Yeah, he did stop this guy. And he hurt him earlier. It was like in the 6th round or something like that. The guy was already struggling from the body.
I don't see him gaining any respect in a fight with Tank. He doesn't have enough power. He just really does not. And I know, power is not the only thing, but honestly, when you're going against somebody who is a power puncher and who can take a decent punch, you have to, like you said, establish some type of respect by hitting this guy with some power. And I just don't think he's capable of doing that, period.
Maybe you're going to have to show him how to strengthen his grip. Yeah. I see these guys fight each other. It's been way too long. We got to get some of these premier fights happening.
I mean, I agree. Tank should not be fighting a guy in a lower weight class being 135 and also fighting at 140 twice. But people are going to blaze Tank. And then when you tell them, hey, you call Devin Haney.
Yes.
Just to veer off just a little bit. You shitted on Devin Haney when he became an email champion. Tank literally became the champion in that division because Haney vacated. Is that not the same exact thing? But whatever. I'm not even gonna, whatever. People are gonna glaze. It is what it is. I'm not saying I don't like Tank. I'm just saying he needs to fight better competition, being the face of boxing.
Absolutely. You definitely need to fight better competition. Didn't you have a dispute with another YouTuber over this?
So I'm not, listen, Ego gonna turn pro in the heavyweight division, and then I'm friends with everybody. Who dominates 135 when Tank leaves? Bro, they probably just fizzle out the division. Trash. If Tank leaves, they probably just close the division. Like, no more lightweight. You have Checkerz Brown. You are causing a distraction in my stream. So the fans have anointed me to put you in the hot seat.
4. If this reaches 1 and Checkerz Brown has not sent me an email address, a Twitter or Instagram, so I can send him this link, shooters, remove him. I'll give him more time. Ain't gonna do shit. See, I don't care if they take the game-winning shot. They ain't finna do nothing with it. Watch. We'll see what Checkerz Brown is really on. He just want to cause a disruption. He just want to cause a distraction. Let's see what you really on. Bro, I will body you. I'm the Undertaker. You getting bodied, my friend. Look, everybody else can put comments except for Checkerz Brown. Look, everybody else can put comments except for Checkerz Brown.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Yes, I did.
Oh, all right. Let's not let that go.
It wasn't a dispute. He was glazing. I called him out. He said, hey, come on my show and we'll do it live. I sent my email, not one, not twice, 4 times. And he did not reply. But we're gonna move on. And it just did not work. Like everybody else, they could engage it. With him, they couldn't engage it. But that didn't make a difference in the fight because I saw this fight as an easy win. Well, not easy. It was competitive, but an easy to score for Bivol. I felt Bivol started early and he started off good. And it seemed like he went dull in the middle. And I don't know what happened. I was like, I didn't see him get hit with a punch. Maybe he's tired. But apparently that was his plan, was to give away the middle rounds, start off good, give away the middle, and end strong. And he did. And he got the W. And I fell from like 1 to 3 was like Bivol. And from like, you can argue from 7 to 12 was Bivol.
Mm-hmm.
He made sure he finished strong. He did.
I'm glad because I felt when he went against Canelo, he was kind of coasting at moments and not doing enough against a superstar name. But they still gave him the decision. They tried to rob him.
Yeah.
They still gave him the decision.
Right.
When he went against Bivol, when he went against Beterbiev the first time, I felt he won, but I was like, it's getting too close. You should turn it up more, and you're giving it too close. And what happened? They ended up giving it Beterbiev. Robbery is not the right word because it was a close fight, but I felt Bivol won.
Fact.
In this one, I felt like it was clear that he's just the better boxer. He's just better.
And I feel like at the second half of the fight, I'm not going to say the roles changed, but he started to be a little more aggressive, and he was starting to do a little bit of the walking down.
Yes.
Instead of boxing off his back foot. So I think that's what actually helped them get the W, is that the judges seeing him at moments walk down Beterbiev, which, worked in his favor, obviously.
So do you want to see the trilogy?
I think there needs to be a trilogy. Even though I thought he won the first fight, I think just to close out for everybody in a boxing community as in a whole, I think there needs to be a trilogy.
Do you think it's going to be any different?
No, I thought Bivol won the first fight, and I went with Bivol because he's a boxer, and usually boxers beat brawlers. And he didn't get the decision in the first one, but in the second one, he made sure he got it, and I think the third one, he's going to do the same.